All right, welcome back. So, before I begin, I just want to share something with you guys. I I went outside to buy some fish. Then my neighbor, our neighbor, was also buying some fish. Actually, our next door neighbor is an apartment. It's a small apartment building, so there are several tenants there. And yeah, one of them is a mother. I think 50 to 60-year old woman. Yeah, and we um she said hello, I said hello back, then a little bit of small talk, then her daughter or son, was it? I forgot. Was I can hear the child calling out for the mom, and then she said something like, it's hard looking after someone. Then I said, yeah, I think kids, little kids are really tough. Then she said, no, um, he's not a little kid. I think it's her son. So yeah, let's just assume that it's her son. So yeah, she said that it's not a kid. He's a 35-year-old man with um mental development issues, and that wasn't actually the problem. I mean, he cannot work a regular job, but he helps around the house before. He takes care of his mom, his parents, and then an accident happened. He fell off their house. It was a two-story house. He fell off, and then now he's kind of paralyzed and he can't walk and take care of himself. I was like, oh damn, what the hell? And she said that's not even the biggest problem they have, because her husband is is having kidney problems, so he needs to go get dialysis. I don't know if that's the correct phrasing of that term. So yeah, so every every week or every day is that, I think 2 to 3 times a week, I guess. I'm not sure. He goes to the hospital here and he needs to get his dialysis, and that is a very expensive thing. And to make things worse, their daughter, who is a nurse, also have kidney problems. Now they're both getting their dialysis at the same hospital, and it costs twice as much now because there are two of them. I was like, fuck them, man. She said they his her youngest daughter, fortunately she has no problems. She has no medical problems, but she had to stop college to take care and help out his mom, her mom, with the husband, with her dad, with her older sister, and of course their oldest brother, the one who is paralyzed. So yeah, she just dumped it all on me while buying fish. I'm not complaining. It's just sometimes we think that our lives are really hard, and then we encounter people like them. I know my life isn't that hard. I know that. There are just sometimes when we're in a pickle, we would, our percep- perception of things gets really narrow, and we think that everything is against us. Well, that's just not the case. So yeah, I hope that's kind of a well, that's kind of a sad story, but I hope it will change our perspective. So alright, with that said, let's begin. Unchecked automatic negative thoughts create your self concept and the way you perceive yourself. Even oh, without even knowing it, your own cognitive biases shape how you think of the future, what's possible for you, your abilities, and your worth as a human. This impacts everything in life, like a filter laid over every single perception, every action, and every story we tell ourselves. Because they're unconscious, automatic negative thoughts can act like a constantly undermining program running in the background of your life, leading to a cycle of negativity that continually reinforces itself. Most of us don't think we are operating in the world with any kind of cognitive bias, but this is precisely the point. The expectations, assumptions, and beliefs that we are not consciously aware of are the most influential on our lives. So, can we just go in and replace all the negative thoughts and unhelpful beliefs then? If you imagine your life is one great tapestry, it's not possible to just remove one stitch without unraveling the entire fabric. In other words, our self-concept and our perspective on this world is complex. And it's not just a matter of replacing a single thought as thought it were a faulty circuit breaker. Instead, we can think of the process of transformation as gradual. Superficially challenging thoughts or parroting affirmations is not going to cut it. What we are trying to do is create a complete shift in perspective beyond the individual thoughts that emerge. Let's make all of this concrete with some real life examples. Picture a teenager who suffers from depression. Their self concept and life perspective is ultimately pessimistic and manifests as automatic negative thoughts that include I'm such a failure. I have to do this on my own and I can't. My life is a mess. I hate the way I look and the way I am. These thoughts are a result of a negative orientation to life, but they are also its cause. It's a vicious cycle. This teenager takes their driving test one day, for example, but approaches the test with the automatic, completely unconscious belief that nothing ever works out, no matter how hard I try. Well, that's not true. This affects how they interpret the experience. It's an ordeal and not a fun challenge. How they recuperate from setbacks. Hint, they don't. And the actions they take, procrastinating, booking the test, taking things personally, seeing any difficulty as proof that they're a loser. This teenager could have instead taken the driving test with a deep certainty that they are good people, that they can learn, that life generally works out okay, and that they are capable of weathering minor setbacks. Even for the exact same driving test, this could completely transform the experience. Positive automatic thoughts are more along the lines of even if something bad happens, I know I'll be okay. I can accomplish things if I try hard. My life is pretty good. I've got a lot. I've got a lot of good qualities. Making any transformation is not simply a matter of replacing the negative thought with a positive one. Remember that automatic thoughts are more of a symptom and manifestation of a deeper set of beliefs and a self concept. So, how do we make genuine change? Cognitive restructuring. Automatic negative thoughts create damage because we are unaware of them. The first step, then, is to bring awareness to our automatic negative thoughts. Alright, on second thought, let's stop here. So, next episode, it's gonna be the answer to the last line, the question of how do we make genuine change? I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger here. What if, you know, if you have the book or if you want to download it, I don't support pirating. However, if you must, just do it, man. But I'm not supporting it. Alright. Okay, so yeah. I hope the story before enlightened us with our perspective in the world, and maybe there are people out there who have even harder lives than the woman I was talking about. And then just don't give up, man. There is always hope, and not everything is against you. Even if you think that it is, or if you think that they are, it's just not, man. It's just, you're just in a rut. You're just in a bad place right now, and sooner or later, you're gonna get out of it. So yeah, thank you so much for listening and watching the background of CJ killing people. And that's it. Bye.
Please, I'm begging you.